Now let's understand, the different classification of communication. One is unicasting, one is multicasting, and one is broadcasting. So here in this example, we can say this host is talking with this particular host. So this is unicasting. What is broadcasting? For this, for example, this particular host is trying to communicate with all the other hosts in a network. So this is called broadcasting. And multicasting is typically, this particular host is trying to communicate with other two hosts in a network. So when there is a one-to-many and many-to-one communication, then we can actually, say this is multicasting. Now unicast, the process of sending packet from one host to another host, is unicasting. Broadcasting is one host to all the hosts in the network, and multicasting is one host is sending it to selected group. So this is what we talk about, unicast traffic all about, broadcast traffic all about, and we have limited broadcast, directed broadcast, and depending on the network, depending on, for example, if I am sending it to 255 to 255, then it's a global broadcast address. So there are some limitations in that. But if I am if I am having an IP address, if I am having IP addressing scheme, I always can calculate the last setting all host bit to 1. We can calculate broadcast address, and if I am sending a message to this particular broadcast address, everyone in the network will get. So this is called direct broadcasting. So limited broadcasting means the global broadcasting scheme. That's we need to understand how to do. Then we need to understand the concept of routing also, because there is a boundary of a gateway. So what is gateway? In a network, each and every host can communicate with each other. Now this network is trying to talk with another network. So then the host from this network, if trying to communicate with other host in the network, so there are some gateway IP which is helping them to come out from this network and can actually help them to talk to another network. So multicasting, we actually use a lot of audio video streaming, distribution of the software. That's that's what we can actually choose, multicast addressing, multicast groups. So multicasting is all about different concept altogether. Now we'll start calculating about network host and broadcast address. Now how to calculate? First we need to identify which class it belongs to. Fine. So example is given 172.16.20.0/25. So this is a network address which is being given. So we need to understand what do we mean by this. /25 means 25 bits are there in network. So initially in class, this is class B address. Initially in class B, that was /16. So 16, 25 minus 16, 9 bits. So 2 to the power 9, that many number of subnets has been created. So we need to identify only this particular subnetwork. So how to calculate this? First, we will be checking out, how many host bits are there in the network. So 32 bit minus 25 bit, that's 7 bits. 7 bits are there in the host. So 172.16.20.0, this is the network address, and if you look into this last 7 bit, so how many bits, the block size is 2 to the power 7, that's 128. So how many valid host possible? 126. So that is the one, 172.16.20.1 is the first valid address, first host address, and last host address is varying from 0 to 127. So first valid address is 1 and last valid address is 126. Network address is 172.16.20.0 and broadcast address is 172.16.20.127. So this is what my calculation is. So we'll discuss about default root address, loopback address, while we discuss DHCP and all. So that's, we have discussed what is network address, we have discussed what is broadcast address, and we need to understand how to assign IP address when we design, IP addressing scheme. So when we assign IP address, there are two ways we can assign address. One is called static assigning IP address, or there is a way we can actually assign IP address, which is by DHCP, by becoming a DHCP client. So you need to configure a DHCP server and DHCP client by which you can actually design your network. So DHCP client basically help you to give a list of IP addresses to each and every host. So this is better, if you can, it can provide IP addresses from the server. We have to configure one server and give a pool so that each and every host in a network can get IP address. So it's preventing duplications. So preventing duplication of the address, providing, controlling, monitoring. So that's the better part of planning the network address using DHCP. So that if there is a duplication of host address, then the network, there is a possibility network may crash. Okay, so that is what we'll be discussing about while designing static and dynamic address. So we will discuss about subnet mask. Subnet mask is the one to identify network and host portion by setting all network portions to 1 and host portion to 0. Why we require a subnet mask? We need to identify the network address, and in a communication environment, if each and every host logically they're in a network, their host portion need to be varying and network portion need to be common. So network portion need to be identified first. So the AND operation help me to find out what is my network address. So what is AND operation? AND operation is basically the IP address plus subnet mask. If there is an AND operation, then we can get network address. How we can get network address? The AND operation means, if you are doing AND operation and if there is something in a AND operation, if there is 0, for example 1 0, the result will be always 0. Okay, and if you want to get result as 1, then both bits should be 1. So in subnet mask you can see the network portions all bits set to 1. So if you do AND operation, the network portion will actually, the network portion after AND operation will actually remain same, but the host portion, since in subnet mask it is 0, then whatever host address it is, the result will be 0. That is how we can calculate network address of it. So that is the best part of AND operation. That is the important of AND operation, and that is why we do a lot of AND operation to find out the computer find out. For example, there is host A, host B, both reside in same network. So IP address and subnet mask do a AND operation, and we can find out what is my subnet mask. So we'll discuss about network layer protocol, addressing scheme with IPv6, and overview of IPv6 in next module, next part. So let's understand why the header is required. Header is required to identify the packet in a network. So there are two types. One is IPv4 and IPv6. We'll start discussing about IPv4 and IPv6.